Archbishop Foskin here. We're going to be talking about the weather and how blood sacrifices and specifically the grain offering made it possible for God to respond with rain. Otherwise, it would be dry land and death. So we'll be reading the scriptures on that. Let me just, another reminder, bring forth the holy rock. It's where you're going here if you don't, you see it right here. If you don't believe in the Holy Scriptures, guard that for me. The shot right there. All right. Jeez. What we have here is the little studying here of the. We have the. Let's see what it says here in the Holy Book of the Lord's weather. See what we have here about the burnt offering. Yep. Oh, damn, I have it. Anyway, I'm going to find it in a minute. Well, I didn't mean to get off topic, but this is a big topic that I did in an old video. It's about the priest sprinkling blood over the whole church congregation at the tent of meetings. So we have this one here. No joke, this is labeled blood splattered all over the place. Leviticus 16, 11 through 19. We will get on this maybe right now. Now, I did an older video, but I want to see if I can improve because I want this to sink in. I mean, after all, we are telling a story. The only way to know about a story and the truth of it is to try to be in the story the best we can to experience it, just like the people of the Lord. Let's see what this says. Gee whiz. Leviticus 16. No, I'm not going to do it today. We're going to talk about how to get rain like we originally were. But we're going to save Leviticus 16 for another message. I think you're really going to enjoy this and to see further in the Lord plans. Anyway, I took notes. We'll save that one. I took notes earlier. And I did it in the Old English. Grain offering, Leviticus 2, 1 through 16. See, I wanted to know what the purposes was this for. We also have 16, 14 through 18, and 7, Leviticus 7, 9 through 10. Now, what was the grain offering for? Hold steady, guys. Hold steady. Guard that rock. This promise included the assurance that God would produce rain required for the harvest in this land of unpredictable weather. That is what... Lost another page. The devil hides in Santa Claus. He's just in disguise. 11 elves pull his sleigh. That's how that dang thing flies. He don't go down the chimney. No, he don't do that because nowadays he just got too fat. When I was 7, I counted elves were 11 and they wanted milk and cookies, but they had to be unleavened. Otherwise, they told me that I couldn't get to heaven. They say I had to play a certain game. Simon says it had became. Truth was given another name, and that I must speak and act the same. They said I was to blame, and they needed my milk and cookies of shame. While they would get the fame out of making me tame. They said, now you can help us fly our sleigh. I said, it's time for you to get the hell out of my way. Okay. How the hell did... Anyway, back to the topic. Back to the topic here of rain. So in Leviticus, the grain offering was the promise that included the assurance that God would provide rain required for the harvest in this time, in this land of unpredictable weather. So now you know what the grain offering was for. Now, some people of other... Lost my page. That's okay. God will give me another. The Lord will give me another. Some people would play drums to get rain, but not these people. these people, God liked them to sacrifice animals, but specifically grain for rain. And the other people in the other continents played the drums for rain. God liked it, drums over there better. But anyway, yes, let's go to the specific rain versus the grain. I don't lose another page. Who knows what the hell might fly out of this old... Damn it. Oh, grain offering. Yes, Leviticus 2, 1 through 16. Leviticus 2, 1 through 16. Hold on there. But Leviticus, all Christians should read Leviticus because it leads to the reasons for blood sacrifice and how how the Lord, yes, there we go. Chapter 3 even says about it, but let's just go right to where we're at. Even though I lost a page, God will find me another through the Holy Spirit. Yes, Leviticus 2:16. You see, this book, believe it or not, the thing so great about this book, why Christians don't read it more, and other people, I don't understand. It's such a great, now it's not a book, it's a book of books. That's what I like about it, because ultimately, this is the book of books of multiple choice and seek and find. You can make whatever you want out of it. That's the good thing, and you can still feel good from it. You know what I mean? And that's the Holy Spirit right there. Feeling good, having a good conscience about that. But anyway, let's read about the rain and the grain offerings, which is the assurance of God that you're going to get rain. But nowadays, the assurance is in the, let's just say, the Solar Geoengineering Administration, the PDA, Panty Face Damnation Administration, Dr. Tony Elf, yes, 2:16. And the priest shall burn memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, part of the oil thereof, all of the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Let's hit them drums. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sweet smelling savor offerings, the peace offering, Christ our peace. Somehow they got Christ in here. The Jewish people don't like that. You can all fight over that if you... Leviticus chapter 3. And if his oblation to be a sacrifice and a peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priests, Aaron's sons were the priests. That's Moses' brother, cousin, I forget what of it. It don't matter. They came from another mother. So Aaron's sons were the priests. They shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar and round about. You see, further investigation in another video. They got a big bowl of blood. They drained it from these particular animals. Well, I wrote the notes down here. Yeah. But anyway, they drained it. So they went round about, they shook blood on a rod that was about 2.5, 3 feet long. And they used a piece of lamb's wool. Oh, that represents Jesus. Yes, so you say. That's because they were sheep herders and goat herders back then. What the heck is flying? Something flying around. So then it's probably one of Satan's demons or something. The hell out, cast ye out from among them. That's right. There you go. And they shook the blood round and about. Oh, man, they shook blood everywhere. But think about it. It's a bowl drained, and these priests, Aaron and his sons were priests. Aaron's sons were priests. They took this rod made out of a A hyssop stick? You know what hyssop sticks, aren't you? I mean, they're all over in the woods. They get, no, I'm only kidding. You take around about 6, they put the lamb's wool on there, about 3, 4, and they dip it in the bowl of blood that came from the animals that they sacrificed with particular body parts, heads and all. Read your Leviticus. Please, this is why I want you to read this. I want you to know what you're believing in. And think about God telling people to do these things. And it's all because you're such a damn wicked person. You have to understand that. God had to have this done thousands of years over and over again, repeatedly, before Jesus came, because you're such a worthless piece of crap that he created, even though he created it all good. But that's because Satan tricked them into eating that fruit. But it wasn't Satan, it was a serpent. It was later called Satan in Revelation. But anyway, but he wanted them to make a choice there. They didn't listen. He told them not to eat the fruit, or they'd die on that day, even though it wasn't that day. It was much later on, and it was a continual thing, because of the lust and the biological factors that God put him in, and as he tricked the serpent into getting him to eat it because he knew he would. But anyway, this shook blood. And he shall offer the sacrifice of a peace offering of an offering made by fire unto the Lord, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, the fat which is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, or the gall, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. Take that part out. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, and upon the wood that is on the fire. And it is an offer made by fire, a sweet smelling savor unto the Lord. Unto the Lord. The Lord really liked it. It was a sweet smelling savor to him. Even though later on he says he doesn't really want animal sacrifice. He wants to sacrifice your heart. But see, he was just testing you back here. That's all he was doing. This was thousands and thousands of years of testing you to see, or other people, to see what they would do, so that, then maybe he'd send Jesus. And he decided to send Jesus. Okay, enough of this crap. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit. We'll read that Leviticus later. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. All right. So God never changes, right? God never changes. But later on he said he doesn't want these sacrifices anymore. And later on it says there'll be a time when it comes that killing a goat or a pig and all these sacrifices, killing a dog would be like killing a pig. I can go on and on. But anyway, back here God likes animal blood sacrifices. But God never changes. But he changed his mind that he don't want them anymore. Nope. But the apologists will repair that for us. We have some good apologists out there that will straighten everything out for you. You can Google them. They're on there. And they'll make everything okay, so you can still believe the same way you want to. Because it feels good. It just feels good. And that's what you want. You really want good feelings. That's what God is a good, just God. And he wants you to have good feelings. That's what it all amounts to. See, God never changes. But he changes when he wants to. Why? Because he's God. He can do that. And his ways are higher than your ways. So when you think he's changing, he's really not. He just has other plans in mind for your own good. Just like Dr. Tony Elf. Yeah, you didn't say that? Okay. Just a little reminder for a minute. Yeah, that's where you'll be going if you don't believe. Right here. You see that? Right there. It's not going to be as colorful, though. You're going to have one solid color, bright orange, red. All right. God likes animal blood sacrifices. And Satan, he likes you to see how far you'll go out of your way for him, Satan, to kill particular animals in particular ways at particular times, like special feasts and stuff. And he likes the way you arrange the body parts in particular ways on a particular kind of altar. And to have special priests, like Aaron's sons, shake blood on particular animal parts as they were arranged. Particularly, read Leviticus, you'll see how it's done. And in particular exact times. And special priests to shake the blood on particular animal parts from the very blood that was drained from the animals. And the priest holds that blood bowl that's drained from the animals, that the parts are on the altar, and dips and shakes, dips the thing I told you about, the rod with the lamb's wool. And if they didn't use lamb's wool, because I looked all this up, they would put something else on there, because they didn't always have these things. Shake the blood all over them, and the fire is burning it, so it's cooking blood. They also had oil biscuits on there. The oil would burn and sizzle. So this was really hot, and it would make all kinds of popping and sizzling while the blood was cooking. And this is because God liked it. It is a sweet smell and savor unto him. That's what it says in the Bible. And if you don't believe that, go on right here, right there, okay? Just a little reminder there. So they shook the blood all over from the animals, and the priest holds the bowl of blood while he's shaking and dipping. Shakes the blood on the fire and the burning animal parts. This was never for saving souls. It was for forgiveness of souls, but it wasn't from saving you from hell. It was about promises to give you good offspring. You want a good name, don't you? You want your name to continue, your offspring, and you wanted good crops and land, and mainly the grain was for the rain. But to defeat your enemies and stuff, and to take their land and their wives and their virgins, that's what the blood sacrifices were for, to ensure that you were going to be able to kill your enemies and take their land and their virgins. So that's the blood stuff. So it wasn't for saving souls, because they didn't believe in this hell that you go to and get saved by, and there weren't no demons in there and stuff like that. They believed that God, the Lord, would reward them with blessings of conquering their enemies and taking their land and virgins for themselves. And that's what the blood sacrifice is for. You can read that all in Leviticus if you don't believe the Archbishop. So that's about it. There's so much to read. It's fun to read and learn more and more. And as you can tell, now I'm not drinking anything but the green drink. And as you can tell, I read the Bible so much. My Bible starts at Genesis 17 now, because all the front pages eventually fell out. I'm at Genesis. My Bible starts at Genesis 17. So I got 2 more Bibles just recently. And anyway, you continue reading the book of books of multiple choice. Seek and find, and keep seeking the Lord. Because if you don't find them, remember where you're going to go. No, not that color. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, I want to see the red hot. Come on. Red hot. Come on. There it is. You're going to be going. Come on, darken. What the heck? You're supposed to. Anyway, it's going to be like that. Okay. Not pink. No, they'll have too much fun. It's going to be fire and brimstone. It's going to be fire and brimstone, okay? And there we have it. Please read your scriptures. Use the mind that God gave you. Thank you for guarding the stone of hell there. No problem. This guy. Folks, you're going to have to read the scriptures. Keep on drumming to it. Yes. Yes, and to the fellow that believes that this Archbishop likes to play with dolls, he just knows that your minds have become so juvenile, it's the only way to get through to you. Yes, they've all become sophisticated Elmer Fuds. I'm here on account of Steve Borg sent me. Thank you very much. Thank you, Steve's cousin there. Thank you very much, Archbishop out. Let's go, Jim.